I want to talk about this whole idea of selling and selling in this market, and are you leaving money on the table as a home seller? The reality is this is the strongest seller's market that I think we've ever seen in the Albuquerque area. And it's not just Albuquerque, it's across the country.
Right.
I mean, there's a select few markets that aren't that way, but it is a strong seller's market, which means you put a home on the market, it's most likely going to sell, right? Obviously, price matters. But, you could get let's say a lower price point home that's in fair condition, take some cell phone photos, throw it in the MLS, and you'd get some offers right away. The question is, are you leaving money on the table? Are you leaving money behind when you do that? So just, Tracy, can you talk to folks that are thinking of selling of the things they need to be thinking about?
So, we know from years and years of doing this that our website gets people from all over the world,
Yep.
right? We're seeing people buying houses here that haven't stepped foot here to buy that house.
Yep.
We're seeing people from all over the United States. We're seeing people from, actually in the last month or so, we've had several that are international. They might be PCSing, coming back to Kirtland Air Force Base, or for some other reason are out of the country and coming back
Come
here.
on, you said it real quick. You got to say, with PCSing, if people don't know. I mean, anybody in the military knows what that means. But
PCSing is permanent change of station.
Yeah.
So military people, when they get assigned to a new base, they PCS, permanent change of station, to the new one.
yeah,
So that happens. But we know that there's a lot of people online shopping and choosing what houses they're interested in. And even though it's a great time to be a home seller, we feel like it's a disservice to our sellers to not present it as professionally and high quality as possible. We've seen some houses that are getting cell phone photos or really crooked, they're not good.
don't get me
And,
started. Yeah.
We feel like perhaps money is being left on the table sometimes, plus the negotiating skills.
Yeah, well, that's what I wanted to ask you, because obviously presenting the property, merchandising it, making it show well, be the model home,
Right.
that's going to get you the most from the presentation side. But what about, you get multiple offers. What's important there, and what should your agent be talking to you about, your real estate agent that's helping you?
Right. So multiple offers, it's lovely, right? From a seller's perspective, being able to choose among of 3 or 4 or 5 offers. But the highest priced offer is not always the best offer. And, just this past week with our team, I can think of at least 2 instances where there were multiple offers and the highest priced offer was not the one selected. So all the other terms are very important. Closing timeframes, inspection deadlines, the quality of the financing or the cash, even sometimes cash without any documentation to prove that your buyer has the cash available,
Yeah.
or ready cash, so to speak, something that can be converted into cash quickly, might mean that there's not faith that cash exists.
Well, and we know, I'm going to say we know all the tricks, right? On when we're representing a seller, we're looking at more than just the bottom line price, because there's so much more to it. The pre-qualification, have they actually been pre-approved, or did a lender just kind of take a phone call and get some basic information and said, oh yeah, it looks like you qualify, or are they actually approved for the loan, they're ready to go?
So that's a really good sidebar, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's pre-approval and pre-qualified.
Right.
So a loan letter that comes to us along with a buyer's offer that says they're
Yeah, they say
pre-qualified.
Yeah.
So a lot of times the language in those letters says, based on the information you've given us, you appear to qualify. However, we have not checked your credit. We have not verified your employment. We haven't checked your taxes. This does not mean we will lend you that money. So you're going, what's the point, right? Why would we give much credibility to that type of letter when it says it's only based on what you told us? You haven't even filled out a loan application to give us all your data. We haven't even pulled your credit yet, versus pre-qualified, where somebody actually has already pulled their credit and done some of the due diligence to verify some of the information.
And I want to just make something clear here. We're not throwing lenders under the bus. What happens is the buyers call up and say, well, I don't want to do all that now. Just give me my pre-qualification. Well, the buyers are doing themselves a disservice by doing that.
Right.
I assure you that lenders want to do the due diligence and give you, as a buyer, a very strong pre-approved, qualification letter that you submit with your offer. And
Right.
so buyers need to not try to shortcut that step, because it's going to make a big difference in them winning or losing when they make offers right now, when you've gotten multiple offers.
Right. So the other part of that is, having an experienced agent that does a lot of transactions in this market right now that really knows the ins and outs of how to look at one offer over another for a seller is pretty important to really give good advice and help the seller make a good decision based on what we have and the relationships we might have with other realtors and with local lenders.
Yeah.
Because obviously working with a local lender is preferred in our market over out of area
100%. We've talked about this many times, but I'm going to say it again. Local lenders that have an office, that have a reputation to protect in town, they want to make sure that they're keeping that reputation strong and doing the right thing. And unfortunately, we've seen it. And again, I'm not trying to slam anybody here. I'm just saying we've seen it when you have these kind of out-of-state online lenders. They just don't have quite as much skin in the game to make sure that everything's good to go and that the buyers are taken care of as well.
Well, and also oftentimes the out-of-area lenders don't know about some special programs that might be available here. They don't have a down payment assistance program for first-time home buyers, right?
Yeah.
They're just more limited on the products that they can offer to home buyers. So that's things to consider when wondering if you're leaving money on the table. So who you choose to sell your home with you does matter.
Again, it's not just about price. It's about working those offers and negotiating the best deal for you
and
long term.
And presenting the property in the best light possible.
So you can tell.